What is up, everybody? Gobble, gobble, gobble till you wobble. What's up? Welcome to the Mashanddrum Whiskey Room tonight. I am Jason C. Welcome in. Everybody settle in. It's going to be a fun night. As you can see, I got a lot of Thanksgiving Day turkey here on the table. Going to be doing an awesome wild turkey shoot tonight, guys. 6 different and unique wild turkey expressions. We'll get into a little bit later why I chose to do this tonight. But yeah, thanks for coming in. Want to welcome everyone in from Chris at Bourbon Sane's live stream. Thanks for coming in. Chris did an awesome job with his double-barreled whiskey blind flight. The double oak coming out on top. Not surprised. It actually double oaked for Woodford is amazing stuff. But as always, I've always wanted to try that stuff at higher proof. So let me start off by saying hi to all the folks coming in. Of course, we had the pregame squad. What's up, boys and gals? Steve A was in nice and early. Eric W, how are you doing? Will Henderson, Ben Demon Hunter, Benjamin Eves, Trev Wilson, The Wrench. What's up, buddy? Rebecca Page, Sharp Acumen. How you doing, man? Jeffrey Yankovic, thanks for coming in, man. The Bourbon Buddies, what is up? Neil, The Deal, and El Jefe. In the house. Go check out their channel, guys. Christopher David. Who else we got here? We have Robot Scott. What is up, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Mickey Iyer, tune in for the first time. Thanks for coming in, Mickey. I really appreciate it. Mick Wilds, thanks for coming in, man, as well. DMC Kentucky says hi, all. Thanks for coming in, man. Karen B. Ford, hello. Brian Brennicky, welcome, buddy. Let's see. Arthur Lopez is here. Coming down the list here. Howdy Whiskey, Fred Gilbert, Donner Pass Whiskey, John Wee Whiskey Sipper, Christine Daisy. How are you doing, Christine? Thanks for coming in. Bernie D. Donald Rantis here. How are you doing? Yoda of Irish Whiskey. Nice to see you, man. David Jennings, Rarebird 101. I knew he wasn't missing this stream. Thanks for coming in, buddy. I really appreciate it. The Linux Cat's in the house. Let's see. What does that one say? Black Emmy 04, Nickels and Dimes, Memories and Whiskey. Well said, man. Aaron Berry's here. How you doing, Aaron? How you doing? Thanks for coming in, buddy. One of my patrons. Let's see. Bradley Lee is here. McWild. Man, a bunch of people coming in. Whiskey Behavior. Ben Demon Hunter. Alejandro L. Bradley Lee. Dramhound. Woo! Jimmy Jazz. Joseph Brazo. Moose 76. Chris Buzalencia, cheers. Michael Carr, thanks so much, man. All right, everyone is coming in. Everyone is jumping in the chat. Thanks for coming in, guys. If I miss you, I will get to you. The chat moves about 100 miles an hour when everyone starts coming in here. Jimmy Jazz, good evening, says, think I will pour some wild, Woodford Reserve Double Oak. There you go, man. Hey, what's up, Maddie from Whiskey Crusaders has joined in. Nick Foles is here. Says, that's a cool hat, yep. Jeff Berner already calling it. He says, what's up? WB Saffel winning. So WB Saffel, I think, is my pick in the flight, but I'm not sure where it is. But we're going to go through each and every expression that's in this flight tonight. And like I said, we'll kind of go through why I chose these specific ones for this flight. But before we get started, guys, let's get to some whiskey. Just keeping in the turkey theme, I'm going to start off something nice and easy, get my palate ready for a little all right. So everybody hold up your glass. I got a little long branch in the glass in my Mashanddrum curved bourbon glasses. Cheers to all of you out there. Very maple, very cotton candy, almost. The long branch has kind of grown on me. I wasn't too crazy about it at first, but I found it's a really good gateway into wild turkey. You know, wild turkey, most of their stuff is high proof, so 100 or over. But I think the long branch is a good gateway into wild turkey. So it's not bad. Like I said, it's grown on me a little bit. But I figured this would be a great whiskey to warm up the palate. So, nice. Let's see. Great palate cleanser. Hey, William Davilar's here. Ron Henderson, what is up, guys? YW's here. UK Sports Fan, what is up? So real quick, guys, let's some quick announcements. I think I missed a super chat. Did I miss a super chat? I think I did. I did. Arthur Lopez, he says, Jason C., good as always to be here tonight. Only Wild Turkey bourbon I own is a Russell's Reserve single barrel, so I'm going to be sipping along with that. Well, that is a hell of one turkey to start with because it's my personal favorite Wild Turkey, besides some of the Master's Keeps, which are pretty stellar. But as far as, you know, what you can buy on the shelf pretty easily, Russell's Reserve single barrel. It was my number one available go-to bourbon, so you know I like it a lot. Rarebird says, I like Long Branch in the summer outside. Yes. Yeah, it is a good summer drink. It kind of opens up, gets a little bit even sweeter over ice too, a little bit. It's a good summer sipper. I know a couple friends that were, you know, not huge whiskey drinkers, but they actually were mixing Long Branch with lemonade, and they really liked it. So actually wasn't a bad mixer. Shopper4221, how many ECB bottles do you have? Okay, I have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. I just picked up a brand new A120 yesterday. More came into Ohio. I had to get another one of these. It is so good. It is so good. So this is what, 12? This is my 12th. 13 if you count the old school one that won last week's blind tasting. So Jeremy Sears in the house. He says, good evening, brother. Team Russell's Reserve. Yeah, Jeremy Sears, amazing channel. Man shit. Definitely go check it out. The Leaf and Barrel. He actually recently reviewed the Russell's Reserve single barrel. Was a huge fan of it, and we were talking about a little bit offline how good it is and what a great quality bourbon it is. So yeah, awesome, man. Let's see here. Dram Bam, thank you, ma'am. What is up? I also picked up, and this is going to be my next review on Friday, the brand new Elijah Craig Straight Rye. So this is only available in about 4 or 5 different states across the country. This is their brand new rye, Elijah Craig 94 proof. I gotta say a shout out to my cousin Lisa in Georgia who found this for me. Georgia was one of the first states to get it. So, you know, she said that she was running around Georgia for me in Atlanta, and Total Wine had this actually. So she was kind enough to send it to me. So I'm gonna be doing a post review of this on Friday. I will say it's surprisingly good, but I'm gonna do something a little different in the review. Compare it to a couple of others like I always do, and maybe even incorporate some cocktails in there. So it's going to be a fun review with that one, guys. But yeah, really cool Elijah Craig Rye. I was listening to Perry from This Is My Bourbon podcast. He was saying that the reason why Elijah Craig only released it to a few of those states at first was because they are popular cocktail states. So I think they wanted to see how Elijah Craig Rye did in those states and what bartenders would do. So I think it was like Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina, Washington. I think that was it at first. So interesting distribution at first. Sunday Evening Scotch, welcome in. He says, I just poured Own Little Turkey Fight, a few Russell's Reserve picks from warehouses, Saffold Decades and 101, blind thanks to my wife. Oh, that's awesome. Now that is a good wife. Cheers to that. Richie Z in the house, what's up? We got 202 in the chat already. Keep them coming, guys. It's going to be a fun night. So, also what I want to thank you guys as always is my Patreons. We got a couple new Patreons this week. Also a couple people that upgraded, so I want to say thanks to Anthony T. McCurry IV, if you're here. Thanks so much for becoming a Patreon. Meredith McCurry, I don't know if there's a relation there. She just upgraded from beginner to casual drummer. So thank you so much, Meredith. Also, Anthony Mariniotis, thank you so much for becoming a patron as well. Rarebird101, who's in the chat, he upgraded to a legendary drummer. Thank you so much. And also Intense drummer Braxton Underwood also upgraded. So thanks so much for the support. Have a lot of stuff coming up for all the Patreons coming up very, very soon. I'm doing my second bottle giveaway this week. Look out for a live stream if you're a Patreon. Going to be giving away a bottle of my 1792 Bottled in Bond Bardstown Magic Pick. So that's going to be the next bottle I'm giving away for my Patreons. And it doesn't matter if you're a $1 or a legendary drummer. Everyone has a shot of getting in on that. So yeah, thanks for coming in. Also, I want to mention real quick, if you're interested in ordering some of the glasses that I have, I don't think I've really ever shown these, but I do want to mention I have a website, Gifts on Glass, I've partnered with. They're kind enough to make a bunch of different glasses for me. You could pretty much order any combination you want. Some of my Patreons at some of the levels at, let's see, I think it's Intense Drummer and above, get free Glencairns, which I've been sending out. And if you're interested, definitely go check it out. I don't make any money on the glasses. The savings, the prices that they are kind of passed down to you guys, so I just want to kind of get my name out there. So definitely check it out. This is still my favorite glass, the curved bourbon glass. And on the bottom of the glass, if you could see, it's not about the whiskey, it's the people you share it with. It's upside down, but if you read it that way, you could see it. So. Attorney McCurry, it says, thanks for the shout out. Cheers to you and my wife for bringing me into the crew. Oh, welcome in, Tony. Thanks for coming in. What's up? We got Scott from Scott Says Dummies in the house. What's up, Scotty? Thanks for coming in. All right. So, like always, before we get into the... Oh, wait. We got a couple super chats coming in. I don't want to miss them. Barrel Lover says, thanks for including the Saffel. Curious to see if it is obviously a turkey product. Recently found one, but haven't opened it yet. Barrel Lover. Yeah, it's a damn good release. We're going to get into why it's such a good release. So we'll definitely get into that. Also, Joseph Brazo says, I casually drum on my dashboard while on the road. That's the best way to drum, man. Casually drum on the road. Now, with every super chat tonight, I'm going to show you guys a little something funny, something that happened while I was filming my Elijah Craig Barrel Proof A120 review. I've been kind of saving this. I was going to put it actually in the video, but I figured I'd save it for a live stream if you super chat. So if any of you are drinking right now, you might want to put the glass down because I don't want you to spit it out. But this actually happened at the end of my review. And here we go. I fell. So yeah, I was finishing up the review and so this microphone that I have has like a big battery pack on the bottom. And somehow during the review, it got like wrapped around my foot and I stepped on it and I freaking fell to the ground hard. Holy shit. It hurts so bad. So basically, if you super chat tonight, guys, you're just going to get to see me fall on my ass over and over. I figured that'd be entertaining for you. Hope nobody spit out their whiskey because when I watched the replay, I was dying. Holy shit. Yeah. Hey, Eric W. Cheers, buddy. Did you get a bruise? Yeah, pretty much got a bruise. I actually fell on my elbow, so it wasn't as much as a bruise as it was like a long lingering tingle, you know, when you hit that funny bone. Joseph Brazo says, dumbass. Yeah, exactly. Nick Foles, how did the rest of your Whiskey and Waffles day end? Oh, yeah. So for those of you that tuned into the Whiskey and Waffles on Saturday morning, oh, my God. Me, the Bourbon Junkies, and I Whiskey She Wines had a hell of a morning. I sugar crash hard. I don't eat like that in the mornings usually, and I definitely don't have that much whiskey in the morning. I was done for the day. I wish I was like 20 years old again. I might have been able to do it. Scott says, always look like you about lost several bottles. Yeah, you think I would have. Whiskey Crusaders, great job. Yeah, great job, man. That's what happens when you do a full, like, 3 or 4 different bottles of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So learn from me. Tony McCurry, Urgent Care Fund. Thank you so much, Tony. You know what? For all the super chats, let's get a look at that again. I fell. all I could do is laugh at myself, like honestly. It was kind of awesome. All right, guys, so thanks for the super chats. I actually did not spill anything. Yeah, everything was, I fell in like the one good spot. If I fell over that way where all my bottles are, that could have been messy. But, all right, guys, let's go to some whiskey news, as I always like to do. Not a ton of announcements tonight, but a couple of cool stories did come across the pipeline. So, Joseph Bray says, no way I was getting up at 6 a.m. and drinking bourbon. Oh, at 7 a.m. Yeah, I can understand, man, especially being out in the West. All right, so I mentioned these bottles last week, but I found some better pictures of them at Distiller. Luxro relaunches the Davies County Kentucky Straight Bourbon brand. So this is 3 new expressions in the Davies County line. Each is bottled at 48% ABV. The first up is a straight bourbon. Next is a straight bourbon with a Cabernet Sauvignon finish. And then finally, there's a Kentucky Straight Bourbon with a French oak finish. And you know I'm probably really interested in that. All 3 bourbons are made using a mix of mash bills, including wheated and rye bourbons. The Cabernet Sauvignon rested for 6 months in a wine cask from Napa. The French oak cask rested for 6 months in French oak barrels. These 3 bourbons are available in the United States as of February 2020. Nationally, Davies County Kentucky Straight Bourbon is priced at $40, while the other 2 barrel finish ones, so the French oak and the Cabernet, are at $44.99 each. So not bad. I'm interested in trying a couple of those. I like what Luxro's doing. Let's go to the next one. Peerless Distilling and Copper and Kings releasing 2 limited barrel finished spirits. We have their 2 limited edition releases aged in barrels from each other's distilleries. So for the rye, Peerless took its rye whiskey and aged it in absinthe barrels from Copper and Kings to create Peerless Single Barrel Rye and Copper and Kings Absinthe Barrel Release. Meanwhile, Copper and Kings is releasing a copper pot distilled American brandy that aged in Peerless Rye whiskey barrels, named Copper and Kings American Brandy, finished in Peerless Rye whiskey barrels. The Peerless release is bottled at 55% ABV, while the Copper and Kings release is bottled at 54% ABV. They're launching the 2 spirits at a 3-course meal on March 18th at Copper and Kings in Louisville. General ticket is $75 per person, while guests who pay $250 will also receive a bottle of each of the releases. So I don't know if these are going to be released everywhere, but if you're in Louisville and you're thinking about if you like absinthe, which has kind of a licorice, a black licorice note to it, then that might be something you might like. Next up is Millstone, New Liberty Millstone 3-year straight rye. This is a Philadelphia-based New Liberty distillery. Maybe the Bourbon Buddies can give us a little insight to this one if they've heard of it yet. They're from Pennsylvania. This is the Millstone 3-year straight rye. The whiskey is made with malted rye from Deer Creek Malt House in Glen Mills, Pennsylvania. It is aged for 3 years in charred new American oak barrels, bottled at 47.5% ABV, and is available to taste and purchase at the brand's distillery only. Interesting release there. If you like rye and you're in Pennsylvania local, go check it out. It looks dark, which is kind of, I don't know if it's just a photo, if it's actually that dark. Looks kind of cool. This one I'm excited about. Heaven Hill unveils an annual limited edition Kentucky Derby Festival bourbon bottle. So this is Heaven Hill's Evan Williams bourbon. It's an official sponsor of the Kentucky Derby like every year. So Evan Williams unveiled the 2020 special edition. It will release to coincide with the festival. The bottle is dipped in an emerald green wax and features the gold and green Kentucky Derby Festival logo with an official 2020 Pegasus pin. Each bottle is available for purchase at the Evan Williams Bourbon Experience for $75, and at retailers, it is bottled at 113 proof. So that's the news for tonight, guys. I do want to mention one other news story I had. This is actually from Balcones, so all you guys in Texas. Balcones Single Malt Rum Cask and the Bartender Select Single Malt. Balcones announced 2 limited edition releases. The first is the annual release of their Single Malt Rum Cask, bottled at 62% ABV. The whiskey's aged for a minimum of 35 months and finished in Balcones Texas rum casks. The second is Balcones Bartender Select Single Malt, which is a distillery-only release, bottled at 64.5%. The whiskey's matured in a heavily used Balcones 60-gallon American oak barrel for 44 months. Both bottles are available at the distillery as of February 15th. So it's already out. So those are the news stories tonight, guys. Let's see. We got 220 in the chat. Nice to see you guys. Keep them coming. Let's see if I missed some guys in the chat. I always like to talk to you guys. Let's see. What French oak finished whiskeys have you had? Whiskey behavior. Oh, French oak casks. So the St. Cloud bourbon, which is a younger bourbon, but finished in French oak. The Balcones, the French oak casks, which I loved. A couple of craft distilleries have been doing some releases with French oak. There's a few scotches that I've had in French oak. I just love what French oak does to whiskey, personally. I love the spice and the nuttiness it brings to the table. Davies is pronounced, oh, Davis, sorry. I grew up there, hometown. Okay, Davis. I'm sorry, I was calling it Davies. Maybe I'm just dyslexic. I saw the two S's and thought it was two I's. Let's see. Where can I find the chips for covering the glass? Oh, Nikki Iyer. So, yeah, these are I want to call out really quick for you guys that haven't ordered any of my Mash and Drum coins, or whiskey hats, as you like to call them. Here they are. This is my batch 2, my second drum, which is a tribute to Neil Peart, right on the back there. I have sent out I want to thank you guys who have put in your orders. I have sent out, I think, all of them so far. That I got a couple more orders today, but all the ones previous I've sent out. So all of you out there that have ordered them, you should be getting them soon if you haven't gotten them already. So thank you so much. If you want to order a Mash and Drum whiskey coin, I have plenty left. But they are selling fast. You can email me at themashanddrum@gmail.com to place your order. So anyone in the chat that's actually got some, let me know. Let them know in the chat if you like them or not. I think they came out really cool. David Hatton's in the house. How you doing, David? Thanks for coming in. I have that old Charter French oak, tasty. Oh, you have the old Charter, dude? How do you whiskey? Wow, that's a unicorn, man. Dude, connect with me, How Do You Whiskey. I'll trade you a sample of anything to try a sample of that. Thank you. Whiskey Crusaders, I sent Eric Waite a sample of the Balcones French Oak, but he has found it in all the, he has found it in all the wrapping yet. Oh, he hasn't found it, yeah. I'm sure, Matt. Matt wraps whiskey gifts in the mail like, they're basically bomb-proof. Does Old Forester do any 1920 store picks? Kyle, no. Old Forester just changed up their single barrel store picks. They are now doing 100 proof store picks and also barrel proof. So those are the new picks that are going to be hitting the market, which I'm really excited to try. I think everybody is. Old Forester at barrel proof is something I think we all want. Thank you, Jackie Zykin, if you're watching. But yeah, so it's really not a 1920 store pick, but you do have the opportunity to try Old Forester at a proof like that when you get up to the 100 proof and also the barrel proof. Jason, do you have any mini Glencairns with your logo? No, actually, that's a good idea. I'm gonna talk to my glass guy about doing some minis. Maybe we can do that. Brian Brennicky says the coin design is top notch. One of the best looking coins I have and a great tribute. Thanks so much, Brian. Glad you got yours. Ben & Jerry's just dropped a new cannoli ice cream. You got to get it. It's amazing. Nick Foles, the last thing I need in my life is cannoli ice cream. Let's see. Hey, ADHD Whiskey's here. Thank you so much, man. Everyone, raise a glass to ADHD Whiskey. Last night, during the Bourbon Junkies live stream, he crossed the 1,000 sub mark. Cheers to you, ADHD. That was awesome, man. Well deserved, buddy. Cheers. Michael Carr says, I missed it. How do I get some bourbon hats with Neil? Michael Carr, email me at here at themashanddrum@gmail.com. Just connect with me. Just tell me you're looking to get a coin, and I will set it up for you. Whiskey Rad, the Bourbon Guy, you're the man, Jason. Shout out to ADHD for his 1,000 K2. Cheers, fella. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Whiskey Rad, the Bourbon Guy. All right. All right, I think my palate's warmed up. You ready to start this turkey shoot, guys? I think we're ready. Joseph Brazo says, leave the gun, take the ice cream. Exactly. All right, so I'm going to remove these whiskey hats real quick. Then we'll start mixing up these glasses. All right. So this is a 6 whiskey pour, 6 turkeys, 6 gobbles. All right, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna show you the contenders tonight, and before we do that, I do wanna talk to you a little bit about why I wanted to do this. So basically, it was something that I've been thinking about because so many distilleries, especially craft ones, coming out with a lot of different types of mash bills, a lot of different types of different grains, different, like I said, different mash bills to create different types of flavoring whiskeys. Even seeing some of the big producers like Buffalo Trace, you know, tinker with different types of grains and different types of mash bills to create, you know, unique flavor profiles. So as I was thinking about that, I was literally, I forgot what I was thinking. I had a sample of the E.H. Taylor Amaranth Grain of the Gods, and I was sitting there sipping it. And while I thought it was a good whiskey, I didn't really think it was, you know, definitely not nearly worth the secondary for that. But let's see. Spencer Mav says 30 minutes in, and we're just getting to the 6 pour blind. Yeah, you know, I gotta do all my news and stuff first. We'll get there. So what I'm thinking is I was looking up actually at a bottle of turkey, and I'm like, you know what, man, it's pretty amazing. A lot of these distilleries are doing a lot of different things, and while I respect that, you also got to give respect to Wild Turkey, who just uses literally one mash bill. Well, besides the rye, I'm talking about just their bourbon mash bill. It's one mash bill, just aged differently, blended differently, different proofs, non-chill filtering, chill filtering, to get a bunch of different flavor profiles. And they're also different. They can be so different from bottle to bottle, especially the picks. Obviously, the batches are more consistent, but I just really kind of admired that. I'm like, man, what would it be like to pick just like 6 different Wild Turkeys, put them in a blind, see which one I liked. So here are the contenders, guys. No, I didn't say crap distillers. I said craft distilleries, not crap. D.H. Silv says, no E.H. Taylor is worth the secondary. Actually, I don't know if you guys heard this one. Colonel Taylor did release, and it was a rumor at first. They released the new, what's going to be the new release for this year's, I guess, special Colonel Taylor release. It's going to be called the Colonel E.H. Taylor Marriage release. It's a blend of rye and bourbon, and I believe it's 18 years old, if I remember correctly. Nobody thought it was real, but then there was a picture released somewhere that somebody was actually holding the real thing. So I think that bottle's actually coming. So I think if you guys look it up online, you could find the 18-year marriage cask. Actually, you know what? I will find it for you guys and show it to you right now. Let's see here. Yeah, Coming Whiskey. Here we go. Yeah, here it is. The 18-year marriage. Blend of high rye and wheated bourbons. And there it is, guys. If I could get a good angle for you to see it here, it's kind of bright. The picture's not the greatest quality, but yeah, it's the real deal. Yeah, so E.H. Taylor 18-year marriage, blend of high rye and wheated bourbons. Another, you know, probably pretty amazing Buffalo Trace release none of us will ever see unless we're lucky. So I say it all the time to anyone who will listen. Turkey basically does one thing and does it really well. So much variety within their range when comparing rick houses. Absolutely. A marriage is between a man and a woman, not a rye and a bourbon. Well said, D.H. Silv. All right, guys. So here is, sorry, let me go back to the chat before I miss it. Here is the contenders. So this is who is included. Now, I did have an older rare breed mixed in there, but based on your feedback, so thank you, we added in the latest one, which is 116.8. So this is a blend of 6, 8, and 12-year barrel-proof bourbons. So you guys all know and love that one. Next up is the Wild Turkey Distillers Reserve Export. So this is a 13-year-old Wild Turkey. So when the Wild Turkey 101 12-year split label ceased production around, I think, 2012, Rare Bird, you could correct me if I get these wrong. Shortly after the 13-year Wild Turkey Distillers Reserve took its place in Japan and several other export markets. So this is an export. Next up, we have the Kentucky Spirit. This is the newest one, the new bottle. Basically looks just like the Rare Breed bottle. This is 101 proof, non-age stated. This is basically a single barrel 101. So some of them are really good. Some of them are, pretty good. So we'll see how this one fares. I particularly like this bottle that I got, so I wanted to throw it in here. Next up is the Saffel. So this was from Campari's Whiskey Barons collection, which launched in 2017. Now, remember the old Rippy and Bon Lillard releases? It was found that it was Wild Turkey source, but neither Jimmy or Eddie Russell were involved in actually creating the two expressions. They ended up being kind of average and not really a great Wild Turkey release. Plus, they were 375 milliliters and $50, which didn't help. So enter Eddie Russell for the next release with the Saffel, and then you have this. And I thought it was a super impressive release. Next up, we have this is the Wild Turkey 101 Austin Nichols. So this is from, I think my bottle's from 2006, I believe, just a little bit older of a Wild Turkey 101, which I think it has a little bit different of a flavor profile than the regular 101. And then the Russell's Reserve single barrel Russell the Muscle coming in. This is a Camp Nelson F pick from Floor 6. This was actually a pick that Rare Bird 101 did with some friends and patrons of his. It's 110 proof, non-chill filter. This is about 9 years old. I think it's 9 years, 8 months old. And I'm going to show you guys the label. So that is our contenders tonight. Here's the Russell the Muscle, the label, guys, because it's freaking awesome. So this is literally Jimmy Russell playing basketball. You can check him out. There it is. Russell the Muscle. Such a cool label. I love that label. So it's definitely a unique pick, which is what you get with Camp Nelson picks. Definitely get some really unique ones in there. So let's mix these up a little bit, and then we're going to get into the tasting. We got people money on the Russells. We got 246 in the chat. Holy shit. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. That might be a record for me. Maybe. Maybe not. All right, let me take some notes because I need to keep track of all this stuff here. All right. Russell the Muscle. Let me just make sure this is all. All right. All right, let me move this aside. Oh, there goes my phone. Promise I won't fall again. All right, glass 1, glass 2, glass 3, glass 4, glass 5, and glass 6. All right, here we go. All right, let's start. I'm going to start on this side, like I usually start here. I'm going to start here right now. So let's go glass 1. Ooh. Vanilla cream. That beautiful turkey orange spice. Cinnamon. A little bit of a grape aspect to it, which is really nice. Arthur Lopez says, bottle chug some Jephthah at 255. No, dude, I'm not ruining my palate. Maybe at the end I'll do it. It's all the way over there, though. But here, just for that, buddy, I'll show you. I'll show myself falling again. For those of you who haven't seen it, this happened after I was done filming the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof review. Here we go. I fell. Yeah, I literally fell on my ass. Yeah, so. All right, number 1. Man, already the first one, the nose is incredible. Nutmeg and cinnamon. Like I said, orange spice. Trev Wilson says, I would pay a significant amount of my savings account to be on a pick. I'm talking thieving whiskey right into my glass on my bucket list for sure. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just embrace the fall. I had to. Yeah, it's pretty funny every time. Every time I see it, I crack up. Yeah, there's a little bit of a spice characteristic to this. I feel like there's some age to this one too. I don't know if this is the 13. I know the Sapple has some older whiskey in it, but so does the Rare Breed. This doesn't smell like Rare Breed to me though. I can't like start guessing already. Let's go for a sip of number 1. Oh, Jesus. That's going to be number 1. Holy shit. That is such rich caramel. Maple candies. Again, with vanilla cream. That cinnamon and orange spice on the back end. Good barrel char note I'm getting on there too. That alligator char they use. That's a beautifully balanced bourbon. Second sip, I'm getting more fruit now. Apple. Definitely some nutmeg too. But yeah, you're getting this. It's very viscous as well. I would guess this is. I would say this is one of the ones that's a little bit higher in proof. I don't know if that's the rare. I gotta stop. I don't want to get into my head already. If that's like the rare breed or not, because it's extremely viscous. It's very flavorful. I think it's got like a higher proof point to it. But man, it's very rich, very flavorful. Number 1 already is going to be tough to beat. That one's really nice. All right. Hey, Captain Make It Happens here. How you doing, buddy? Thanks for coming in. Let me see here. Trying to see how many we got in the chat. We got 233 watching. Awesome. All right, let's go to number 2 here. See what we get. Wow, this one is very fruity. I'm getting a lot of fruit on the nose on this one. Vanilla, apple. Again, I think the difference is you're going to get some overlying similarities here, being it's turkey. But I think the differences we're going to find here with all these expressions is what we're going to get on the palate. You do get some nuances on the nose. This one I'm getting like cotton candy, grape, like bubble gum on the nose, if that makes sense. It's a little grapey. Man, this one really smells rich. Again, the vanilla cream, the cinnamon, that orange spice you get from a good wild turkey. Man, maybe a slight hint of milk chocolate on this one too. Man, so the first 2 noses couldn't be any different. I think I like the nose on this one a little bit more. Let's go for a sip. Wow. That's really good. That one, yeah, that one has a lot of fruit to it. Orange cream, like orange creamsicle. Cinnamon, like cinnamon toast almost. Like cinnamon raisin bread. Holy shit. I thought this one was gonna be tough to beat. This one is coming in. This one's coming in hot already too. Wow, that one's drinking really nicely, really smooth. I know you're not supposed to use the word smooth, but it's weird. It has a big, huge flavor burst up front, and then as it just sips down, the orange and the baking spices definitely make itself to be known, but there's not really a burn there. It's all flavor on the finish. Just a stellar bourbon there. That's another really good wild turkey. I love the balance of spice and fruit on this one. Man, like this first one was pretty sweet, and I really did like it, and I did like the balance of oak I was getting on that one. But this one just has such a beautiful sweetness to it. A little bit different, definitely different than the first one. See how that shakes out. Let me get some water here. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Hey, Silverlock Whiskey Club's in the house. What's up? Emily Chambers, hello. Nice to see you. Cooper57. All right. Let me get that water out of my mouth here. All right, let's go to number 3, see what we get here. Wow, this one's way different. This one's almost funky, like a dusty funk. Dusty corn. A little bit of bitter oak there. Very peppery. Getting a kind of a white pepper spice on there. Water. Man. This one's very, this is a light caramel I'm getting on the nose, not the deep, rich caramels I was getting here. This is a bit of a lighter caramel. Still getting that orange spice, but I'm getting a lot of funk in there. Interesting. Let's go for a sip on this one. That's good. Vanilla, cinnamon, honey. Getting much more of a honey characteristic in that one. What are you guys all sipping right now? Emily Chambers, has anyone seen Rare Breed Rye in the wild yet? No, not yet, Emily. I think it was supposed to, Rare Bird 101, David Jennings, I believe he said it was supposed to come out first quarter this year, but it got pushed to second quarter. So I think we have maybe another month or so. This one to me is it's like classic wild turkey with a funk on top. There's a weird, dusty, funky, like someone rubbed some funk on it. That's the best way I could describe it. There's kind of a dusty, like an old dusty bourbon funk kind of on top of that one. Now, I don't know if that gears me towards the older Wild Turkey 101 or maybe even the 13. Now remember, the 13 is 91 proof, and I feel like that tasted a little bit higher than that, but we'll have to see. Yeah. It's not super impressive. I mean, it's good. These are all going to be good from Wild Turkey, but coming off these two, this one is not as impressive. Bourbon Buddies, I'm giving this Rare Breed 112.8 another chance. Oh, okay. Nice one. See, I was going to include that in the lineup tonight, but I got some feedback from you guys saying, like, hey, you know, put the newer one in there. And actually, David Jennings agreed with me, too, because, you know, you could actually get the new one. So if it does well in this blind, you know, you can actually go grab it. Still available, thank God. You know, Fred Minnick actually put it in a blind, I think, against some of the BTAC bottles. I forgot which ones exactly, and he picked Rare Breed over those. So everyone thought Rare Breed was going to be gone off the shelves, but thankfully it's still there. All right, let's go to... All right, so that was number 3. So this one, I'll put Dusty Funk. Has some, definitely some sweetness to it, but not as impressive as these two. All right, let's go to number 4 here. Wait, nose first. I was about to go dive right in, guys. Oh, so this to me is a little bit more classic Wild Turkey on the nose. Oak char, orange peel, tangerine, orange spice, cinnamon, nutmeg, all those good baking spices. Definitely a little bit of, this one's is coming across a little bit more butterscotchy, which I really like. I love butterscotch in a bourbon. Trev Wilson says, Rare Breed has been gone from my local store shelves lately. Seem to only get a couple bottles in now when it used to be completely stocked. Interesting. If you guys want to, please, as I'm tasting through these, I love to talk to you guys. So definitely highlight my name, give it at themashanddrum, highlight my name, ask a question so we could kind of talk between, as I'm tasting. I don't want it to be like all this silence of just me analyzing all these drams. I love talking with you guys too. Let's go for a sip of this one. Oh, that's nice. I like that one. That one wasn't, this is just classic turkey for me. Just really good spice. This one is really nice and butterscotchy. I'm writing that down before I forget. I love the butterscotch note on that one. Really, really, really good. It's a really good mix of sweet and spice. Finishes nicely. Man, a lot of cherry in that one. Cherry and butterscotch. Man. Joseph Brazo asks, what was your last drain pour? I did do one recently. What the hell was it? What was my last drain pour? What the hell did I just pour down the drain recently? Oh, I know what it was. And you guys might find this a little crazy. It was actually a new riff pick. So it was a new riff pick that I got a while back. And I think it was an Ohio pick, actually. And I had shared the bottle a couple times, and people were liking it. It got about halfway down the bottle, and I poured it the other night, or whatever night it was. Took a sip of it, and my God, it got so... There's just like that metallic, bitter note that sometimes younger bourbons get. And I've never had it in a new riff, but this one had it. This one had it in spades, and I hated it. And I'm like, I'm never going to drink this. So, drain pour. Alejandro, what is a distiller's reason for chill filtering versus non-chill filtering? So I've heard a lot of different answers to that question. I think the number one reason you always hear is cosmetics, because if you put ice into a non-chill filtered bourbon, it's going to turn a little bit cloudy. Sometimes I think it's to, I don't know how cost comes into it, but somebody said that it's more cost effective to chill filter it. Not sure how that's possible if you don't have to do an extra step. But mainly I hear it's for cosmetic reasons. And I think, I'm not sure, we've talked about it before here, where is it? Rare Breed. My God, do I wish Rare Breed was non-chill filtered? Ugh. Russell's Reserve single barrel is, but Rare Breed is not. Now, if Rare Breed was non-chill filtered, I mean, holy shit. How good would that be? I wish they would do it, but I'm not sure if they will. I know it's something that a lot of turkey enthusiasts wish they would do, but it's so far not so much. I don't expect it to be coming in the Rare Breed rye either, since this one's is chill filtered. So we'll have to see. Captain Make It Happen. That's got to be bad suggesting you've kept Jephthah around. I keep Jephthah around because I want to keep sending samples, because people keep emailing me like, I want to try it. It can't be that bad. That's really the only reason why I try it. I keep it. Richie Z, Jason, do you Wild Turkey Forgiven? It's a good lower proof turkey, and how much is the Neil coin including shipping? The coins are 15 bucks. I have had Wild Turkey Forgiven. I actually think it's a decent release. I didn't have an issue with it. Yeah, the coins are 15 bucks, and I'm covering shipping. So all you gotta do is pay the 15, and I'll get it to you guys. Barrel Lover, you have probably already answered this, but what is the forearm tattoo? Oh, okay, yeah. For those of you that don't know, this goes all the way up my arm. It says, it's in Italian, written in Italian. It says, live today as if you'll die tomorrow. And the way you say it in Italian is, viva oggi come se moriato domani. So that's how you say it in Italian, and that's the entire expression on my arm. It starts all the way back here and runs down my entire arm. Let's see, what else? Give me a non-chill filled rare breed for the love of all things whiskey. Oh, I agree, man. Arthur Lopez, so for the price, is rare breed worth it to compare to other WTs? Absolutely, Arthur. Rare breed is one of the highest value whiskeys, one of the highest value bourbons on the market, hands down. Bourbon Apprentice, have you been to Gallows Tap Room or somewhere in particular brewery? I'm getting Blanton's and Eagle Rare picks from a buddy who manages them. Not sure if they're in your area. Can't say I have, man. All right, let's go to number 5 real quick. I'll keep taking your questions as I go to this one now. Quick reminder, guys, I do want to show you again, for those of you that joined in a little bit late, this is what we're tasting. This is in the mix of the Wild Turkey contenders tonight. So we have some Rare Breed, the Distiller's Reserve, 13-year, Kentucky Spirit, the WB Saffel, Wild Turkey Austin Nichols, and of course the Russell's Reserve. So let me go back here, main scene. All right, let's go back to number 4 and see what we get. Ooh, this one has that dusty funk too that I was getting on that one. Man. Yeah, this has a little bit more of that dusty corn note that I was getting in this one. A little bit more butterscotchy. Not as heavy as number 4 here. This one was like a butterscotch cinnamon bomb. It was so good. Rebecca Page, I thought your coins were 80 and a new drum set. That's a good idea, Rebecca. Bernie D, fatty acids also. Yeah. So the best way it was explained to me is if you think of, if you ever, make, I don't know, anything with bacon. You make anything with bacon, whether it be collard greens with bacon or pork or green beans with bacon or pork. Basically all those beautiful, when you put it in the fridge and all the fat rises to the top, that's basically what chill filtering does. And then they basically scrape all that delicious fat off and then throw it away, and then that's what you get. Whatever is left over is what goes in the bottle. That's why I think non-chill filtering is so important, because it just gives such a better texture to the whiskey. Just hands down, it just makes it so much better. All those congeners and when you kind of get deep into the wood, you pull out all the lignin, the lignin layers of the wood, and it pulls out those vanilla notes, gets really deep in. All that stuff stays in the whiskey. Why would you want to get rid of that at the expense of your bourbon being a little bit cloudy? Come on. I don't buy it. Jim Muller, not a bad one in the lineup. Oh, hell yeah, man. All right, let's go for this one. So this is a little bit dusty, a little bit butterscotchy. Let's try with this one on the palate. Oh. Wow. Oh my God. This one is finishing with like a sweet almond. This is sweet almonds drizzled in butterscotch sauce. Definitely still get that orange characteristic there. It's like vanilla cake. All right, so vanilla cake with almond stuffed in it, sweet almonds, drizzled in caramel sauce and dusted with cinnamon. That's what's in that glass. Wow, that's good. What the hell is that one? Holy shit. This one is really good. Man, that one's just different. They're all so different. It's incredible how these all could be so different being wild turkeys, and they're all wild turkey. So good. Let's see. It's like clarifying butter, only bourbon. Exactly, Joseph. Absolutely. That's a really good way to put it. Fred Gilbert, if that's simple, if it's that simple, then they need to just give instructions to do your own chill filtering on a neck tag. Right, Fred? Obviously, it's way more technical when you do it to a whiskey, putting it through that type of a chill filtering process. But yeah, that's basically what they're doing. Bourbon Saint says, time to go cheat on the diet. Thanks a lot, the Mash and Drum. Yeah, sorry, man. That's what it tastes like in the glass. Go get some cake with some almonds, drizzle some caramel sauce on it, drop a whatchamacallit in there. Drop a some cinnamon on it. Arthur Lopez. Oh, Jason, did you get that Hexy Kicks reference? Yeah, wasn't that from the movie? What the hell? The hell's that movie with Paul Rudd when they're singing Rush? Isn't that from that movie? I think that's what it was from. All right, another sip here. Oh man, that's so good. This is cake, vanilla, almond, cinnamon. Little hint of citrus there. And for those of you who haven't seen it, you can watch me fall again. I fell. Yeah, I Love You Man. That's the movie. Is it from I Love You Man? I think. All right, so let's go into the last one. Let me get a little water before we go to the last one here. Then we're going to try ranking these guys. Thanks again for hanging out tonight, guys. I really appreciate it for joining me for this turkey night. It's been a lot of fun so far. Let's go to the last one here, see what we get. All right, so this one's getting more into that apple and honey type flavor profile that I was getting on. Which one was I getting that one on? I think number 3. A little bit more apple and honey characteristic here. Definitely more of that vanilla cake frosting. Joseph Brazo, what word did you bleep out? I totally blurted out an F-bomb. But I'm trying not to do too many of those online because I think YouTube has been policing that a little bit more, so I'm trying to hold down the fort on that a little bit. Steve A, no bourbon was harmed in the making of that blooper. Thank God. Michelle Lynn, much to my hubby's horror, that was me on Monday. Nobody saw my fall, so it doesn't count. Oh, Michelle, you fell? If nobody saw it, it's all good. You can just lay on the floor and just kind of laugh. Hopefully you didn't get hurt. That one finishes very orangey. That is an orange creamsicle if I ever tasted one in a bourbon. Wow. It's like orange peel, orange juice, and orange zest, and vanilla frosting all mixed up into one glass on that last one. Wow, that is an absolute orange bomb. Okay, let's go for another sip of this one real quick. That's crazy. The only thing that's ever reminded me of being, God, it's a pure orange creamsicle. My word. Arthur Lopez with another super chat. Dude, you're killing me tonight. Never seen I Love You Man, but I'll check it out now. My reference was from the show Metalopolis. Oh, I can't even say that word right now. They replaced their drummer with a drum machine. Oh, okay. I think actually I have heard that now that you mention that. Richie Z, if Wild Turkey Whiskeys were a Rush album, which album would it be? I think Permanent Waves. Because each song was so dramatically different in Permanent Waves. Everything had its own. Most Rush albums are like that, but I would say Permanent Waves. Just every single song was a pure orchestral, different type of, I don't know. It reminds me of Wild Turkey. It's the same band, but everything was uniquely different on that album, and that's the best one I could pick. Travis Smith, maybe you should fat wash the rare breed with some bacon for your next whiskey and wild endeavor. Yes, I like that idea, Travis. Joseph Brazel says, have you ever been caught slapping the bass? Yes. I did try playing bass a little bit. Apparently drummers can get into bass playing a little bit easier. I guess just the way they could kind of keep time. Bass kind of makes sense a little bit. But yeah. Rare Bird says 101. Good call. Yeah, Rare Bird. Yeah, good call. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's, same band, but each one is a different experience when you really try them. This is really crazy how different these are, considering it is one mash bill from one distillery. And that's the beauty of Wild Turkey. I'm just floored by this creamsicle of a bourbon. It's nuts. All right. I'm going to try ranking these real quick. I'm going to take some water, do a quick sip, rank them, and then we're going to find out which one came on top here. And stick around. I'm going to do a giveaway tonight. Let's see. I'm a bass head. All right. So let's try again really quick. So I'm going to do just some quick first impressions. I have my notes here that I took. All right. So number one here. Oh, man. This one was the really rich caramel, oak, balance, cinnamon, maple candy. Just really intense flavors on that one. I think the proof is a tick higher on that one. Not really sure which one that is. It could be maybe the pick. Not sure. I haven't had this Kentucky Spirit in a while, so I think that's kind of the weird sleeper in here. I just don't remember. I remember enjoying this pick, but I don't remember the flavor profile since I reviewed it and since I've had it. One more sip of that one. It's just super rich and just, man, nutmeg, a ton of baking spices, hint of, hints of leather too. It makes me think that it's a little bit older, I think. I would guess maybe the rare breed being in there, but it doesn't have the bite that the rare breed does. Maybe it's the Saffel with some of the older age stuff in there. It just tastes so rich in flavor. And the Saffel has, I think it's got 6, 8, 10, 12-year bourbon mixed in it. So really good. Let's see. Bernie D, have you ever listened to Neil Peart's solo albums? Yeah, I have. Just, being a drummer nerd, they were, fascinating for me to listen to, but not, not everyone else would probably listen to it. Rebecca Page, how's your theater set up at your house? Good audio, video. Your theater setup? Like my home theater, like my TV? It's pretty good. Got a sound bar, got a good setup. Joseph Brazo, what does super chat to F4 mean? I have no idea. I don't know what that is. Bourbon Saint says Saffel for the world. We'll see. Let's go into this one now. That one was really good too. So this was the Fruit Bomb. This was the one from my notes. Really sweet. I got like a cotton candy, grape gum type aspect to it. Have you ever had the Big League Chew, the grape gum? That's what it tastes a little bit like in there. It's very grapey. cinnamon, baking spices. Very, very sweet. Almost like suck your teeth sweet. Like incredibly sweet. Good finish. I think these two are near the same proof. I'm getting kind of the same bite to it. All right, let's go to number 3 here. So number 3 was kind of the dusty, funky one, which I think was interesting compared to the other two. Yeah, that one's not really doing it for me too much. Coming off of these two, it's still good, but look down at the bottom of the screen at your header. Super chat to, oh, E4 special, oh, I had a spelling mistake. Sorry. I must have did that after my fall, Joseph. Yeah, I mean, this one's pretty good. It's okay. There's a very good amount of oak on that one. I'm getting a lot of oak presence. But yeah, it's got kind of a barrel, little slight bitter of a funk to it that's I'm not that crazy about. So yeah, these two are definitely above number 3. Moose 76, what is your leap year whiskey? Oh, I don't know. That's a good question, man. A leap year whiskey? What would that be? I don't know. I would have to think about that one. A good leap year whiskey. That's a good question, man. I don't know. Any of you guys have any ideas what a good leap year whiskey would be? I'm trying to think. I don't know, man. That'd be good. I would probably say the an Old Forester barrel proof pick would be my leap year whiskey, because if I got one, I would literally leap in the air out of joy and happiness if I got that one. So yeah, definitely. Okay, let's go to number 4. So this was the butterscotch bomb to me, the spicy spice butterscotch. Whew. That's good. That also has probably the biggest bite on the end. A lot of cinnamon, a lot of orange peel, a lot of vanilla cream. It's very cakey. But this one, oh man, I love the finish on this one, but it's not as, just not getting as big as a really good mouth experience as I'm getting on the first two. This one is, it's really good and a lot of flavor, but I still think I like the other two. I like this one over number 3, but I like number 2 over both of these so far. All right, let's go to this one. This one was the vanilla cake one, which I thought was delicious. Oh, that's so good. Yeah. I like that one a lot. I don't know if I like that one over this one, though. I'll go back to number 4. I know number 4 might be a little bit more robust in flavor, though. But the flavor that this one has, if I was drinking this on its own, I love it. But I think this one is bringing a little bit more flavor to the table than this one. So I'd probably give this one the edge over that one a little bit. Fred Gilbert, for the leap year, I'm going to crack open the annual limited edition Peach Street 10-year single barrel at a friend's house. Nice, man. Like that idea. Malty Alty says, what's a leap year whiskey? Only one so bad you only want to try it once every 4 years? If that was the case, then probably Jephthah. Or that Jägermeister cold brew shit that I have. Ugh. You know what? Let's go to the last one here. This was just the orange creamsicle bomb. Oh my God. I have never tasted something so orangey in my life. It's insane. That is so good. All right, I think I know how I'm going to kind of rank these. So these two I think are vying for 1 and 2. I think this one is going to be last. Number 3 just isn't doing it for me. It's a little bit funky. So I'm going to go last on number 3. I'm going to put this last. So coming in 4th though, what would come in? I'm sorry, 5th. Probably the last one, even though this is delicious. I love the orange creamsicle aspect to it. But besides orange and vanilla, it's not really offering a lot more than that. It's got a pretty good finish to it. But the flavor, the dominant flavor here is just pure orange. So I'm going to put this one as 5th. All right, so it's down to these 4 now. Now I have to kind of switch between these two because both of these are really good in a different way. I think this was number 4. Whiskey Crusaders, that Jägermeister cold brew is so bad. Yeah, dude, it's terrible. The Jameson cold brew is way better than the Jägermeister one. So if you want a cold brew whiskey, go for that Jameson. Okay. So I'm going to put this one here, which is number 5. I'm going to put that in, God, what is that? 4th place. It's really delicious, but this one is just bringing a little bit more of a flavor punch. I love the finish on that one. I think that one might be a little bit higher of a proof as well, which I like. So I'm going to stick with that one. So now it comes down to these two for 1 and 2, which is really hard because they're very different. God, I love the fruit burst in this one. It's so unique. But this one has an incredible mouthfeel to it, and also the balance is insane. Almost got a little bit of a licorice note on that one all of a sudden. But my palate is really sensitive tonight, which is kind of a good thing. Oh. I don't know, guys. It's either of these two I could put number 1. All right, oh, shit. All right, that one's sweet. It's a little bit grapey. It's very unique for a wild turkey. Oh man, but I love the age and the complexity on this one. There is a complexity to this one that I think is edging this one out ever so slightly. All right, listen, these two that are going to be 1 and 2 can basically be 1A and 1B. They're both amazing. So I'm going to put this one as number 1, that one number 2, or 1A, 1B, whatever you want to say. Then I think the rest I got pretty much lined up. All right, let's find out what these wild turkeys are. All right, guys, Dark Meat Chicken says Old Forester should make a 100-year anniversary Osley Brown limited edition Prohibition style 1920 to 2020. That's a really good idea, actually. They are releasing the 150th anniversary edition this year. I'm not sure what the stats on that one are going to be, but it's going to be an extremely coveted bottle. Obviously, like anything else Old Forester does. Hey, what's up, Scary Peeper? Rare Bird's ready. He says, "Cool, can't wait for the reveal." All right, Rare Bird, you could kind of maybe tell me if I was spot on with with my descriptions here. But yeah, like I said, these two are just. This one is really fruity, really good, pretty good finish, but it's more fruity, more fruit forward. I was getting that cotton candy grape note to it, which was really different for a turkey. But this number 1 here was just really rich. Really great balance, and I love the finish on it. The finish with cinnamon and almond and vanilla. Oh, so good. All right. Let's find out, guys. Here we go. Y'all ready? Why am I saying y'all? I never say y'all. All right, here we go, guys. I'm from New York, not from Kentucky. All right. Use, I should say use. Use, guys. You guys ready? All right. Last place. Here we go. Coming in is... The hell did I write there? Oh, shit. You know what? This one actually doesn't surprise me. This is the Wild Turkey 13. So this is the export, 91 proof. The lower proof, but I think what hurt it was that weird funk that it had. It just... I like a good funky bourbon with like some good old butterscotch funk, but this had kind of a bitter funk to it that I wasn't really crazy about, especially when compared to the other 5. So Wild Turkey 13 comes in last. So I'm going to leave that one there. Let me turn that for you guys. So that's last place. What do you think? Any surprises there? You guys think that was going to be last place? Did anyone think that was going to finish higher? Howdy Whiskey said knew it. Rare Bird says no surprise. Okay. Bourbon saying cotton candy grape note. Hold up. Have you ever tried cotton candy grapes? Yeah, man. Haven't you? Shit. Get into it. Fresco says I knew it. Okay. All right. Let's go to see. I'm curious what this orange bomb was because it was really crazy. This was... Oh, shit. Okay. Interesting. This was the Kentucky Spirit. So Kentucky Spirit, if you guys don't know, essentially it's 101 proof. It's basically a Wild Turkey 101 single barrel. Now, as you know, Wild Turkey blends some different ages together to make 101. This is a 101 single barrel, and this was an absolute orange sickle bomb. Not bad by any means if you like orange sickle. It just... there wasn't much other than that. It's really good if you're into that, if you're in the mood for that. But this was the, yeah. I just kind of had to put that back a little bit because that's really what it was. It was all orange. Okay, let's go to number 3. Now this is where it starts getting tricky because I wasn't really sure. So number 3, I think I had it marked down here. This one was a little bit dusty, but really butterscotchy. I chose number 3 over this one because it just didn't have the finish and the robustness that this one did. So this one is... the hell did I write? Oh, shit. Okay. This is the Austin Nichols 101. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. Fred Gilbert, Rick and Floor for that Spirit. Yeah, sure. I could give you that. This is from barrel number 406, stored in warehouse A on Rick number 6. That's where this Kentucky Spirit is, or was, I should say. And if any of you are paying attention and want to write that one down, if you like orange creamsicles, maybe go seek that one out, because it is an orange sickle in a bottle. All right. Let's see. Old label, I bet. Rarebird 101 says old label, I bet. Let's see. No Long Branch in here. Some Kentucky Spirits are amazing, though, and justify the price tag. Some are just single barrel 101, though. That was the Rick House on the... What was the Rick House on the Kentucky Spirit? Yeah, I just said it, yeah. So, yeah, Camp Nelson A. But I will say that since I've had this one, I've had some really, really good Kentucky Spirit single barrels. So I think it just depends on, like any single barrel, it just depends on what you get. This one is really good. It's just very orange cream forward. But I've had some others that are really well balanced, good turkey profile, cinnamon, all that things you expect in a really good wild turkey. Some of them have been really exceptional, so it just depends on that barrel that you get. I had one that I bought in the gift shop that was really good. So, all right, so these 3. So what do we have left is the Russell's Reserve, Russell the Muscle Pick. Rare Breed is still in it. And then the WB Saffel. So those are our 3 that's left. Let's go into the 3rd one here and see what this one is. Oh, that's a surprise. All right. Number 3. Rare Breed. So Rare Breed comes in number 3 in this blind tasting. This one, I think the higher proof helped it, because when I was going when it was going against this one had great flavor, but this one had that really nice long finish, bigger flavor punch, and I think that's why this one overtook this one a little bit. So, like I said, Rare Breed, even 101. I mean, you could pretty much say it about any Wild Turkey expression. Some of the best values on the shelf, absolutely. So yeah, the top 3 aren't really surprising to me either. But I'm curious to see which one of 1 and 2 was. I don't remember WB Saffel being such a fruit bomb, so I'm thinking that one was the Russell the Muscle. But could be wrong. It's been a while since I've sipped this one. Let's see what number 2 was. If I had to guess, being so fruity, but really, like I said, these are 1A and 1B. Both of them amazing. This is, all right. This is Russell's Reserve, single barrel, Russell the Muscle, which means WB Saffel. The sourced, well, really just from Wild Turkey. From the Whiskey Barons collection, a $50, 375 milliliter bottle comes in and just takes it for the night. Holy shit. Yeah, a lot of you guys that picked Saffel to win, you were on point. So before this tasting, I put out a poll on my channel in YouTube, and a lot of people picked the Rare Breed to win, and a lot of people picked the Russell's Reserve to win. Not a lot of people picked the Saffel, and I'm wondering if it's because it's lack of knowledge of what's actually in it. So again, Saffel is a blend of 6, 8, 10, and 12-year-old Wild Turkey. And Eddie Russell got involved in this and made an absolutely stellar blend. And I think that's why. Sunday Evening Sash says, damn, WB Saffel was my number 1 in my flight tonight as well. Blind. There's just something about that one. So Sunday Evening Scotch, who we were talking about, he did his own blind at home. Number 1 for him too. Just super rich, super flavorful. Holy shit. Really good stuff, man. Karen B. Ford says, not at all surprised. If any of you guys come across this WB Saffel, I realize it's $50 for a 375. It's well worth your time and your money if you love Wild Turkey. It's just, there's just something about it. This pick, obviously, really can't get it, but it's really good. It really stuck out. That's the beauty of the Russell's Reserve picks. Rare Breed, like I said, one of the best barrel-proof values on the market. This Austin Nichols, if it just had a little bit longer of finish compared to this, it would have probably swapped places. Kentucky Spirit, these are kind of try before you buys for me because they're single barrel. Some of them can be really good. Some of them can be not so good. But the ones that are for that $60, $65 price point definitely can be worth it. And this 13, which is an export, hard to get, but you're really not missing anything on this one. This one's a little bit too funky and too bitter. So, awesome blind flight tonight, guys. This was a lot of fun. I kind of guessed that these would be the top 3. I just wasn't sure where they were going to fall. So, what we're going to do tonight, like I do at the end of at most of my live streams, I'm going to blend all 6 together, see what it does. And then we're going to do a bit of a giveaway. So tonight, I'm going to give away a sample of my Russell's Reserve Russell the Muscle pick. And I will throw in an ounce of my Elmer T. Lee 100. How does that sound? That sound good, guys? I'll do 2 ounces of the Russell the Muscle pick, and I'll throw in an ounce of that. Where is it? Right there. See the Elmer T. Lee 100 tribute? I'll throw in an ounce of that as a giveaway as well. So I'm going to let that sit. Holy shit, that's a pour and a half. That's a lot of turkey. That's a lot of gobble. Bourbon Sade said, great work, Jason. Thank you so much, man. Love Russell's Reserve. Give me, what's the laser code on the Rare Breed? So the Rare Breed is... This is a newer one. I just picked this up not that long ago. This is LLHL. So Heck yes, 2 ounces of Elmer, and we have a deal. Yes. Get in on that, guys. Yes. So, you know, I like sharing my whiskey. I can't drink it all myself, guys. So if I could give away or a chance for somebody to taste that Elmer T. Lee 100, that thing has become a fruit bomb as it's opened up. And so I think you'll really like it. And I'll throw in the Russell's, oh, that's the rare breed. Where is it? Oh, here's Russell the Muscle. So these will be the giveaways tonight, guys. I'll have one winner that gets this and this as a sample pack. Linus Cat says, that is a lot of wobble. Scary Peeper is the king of doing a 6-bottle blind. Oh, thanks, man. Wildlife and Whiskey says, have entered the chat with that announcement. Yeah, probably. Thanks, Jason. Great live. Hell yeah. All right. Meh, that's just a standard Perry pour. Exactly. Speaking of Perry, before we do the giveaway, here is the info on my meetup. So for those of you who haven't heard yet, date confirmed this April, Saturday, April 25th, 2020, 5 p.m. at the Sidebar in Louisville, Kentucky. Join me for good times and good pours. This is going to be my first ever meetup, so if any of you are in Louisville or can make it to Louisville that weekend, please do. The cool thing is that Perry from, you've seen him on It's Bourbon Night, from It's My Bourbon podcast. We have kind of partnered. He's actually doing a meetup the same weekend by coincidence. So he's going to have his meetup on Friday, trying to get the details for that. And then my meetup will be Saturday. We'll both be at each other's meetups. One in Lexington. His is going to be in Lexington. Mine's going to be in Louisville. So it'll be kind of a crossover Kentucky meetup. So definitely mark your calendars down for that, guys. If you can make it, I would love to have you, love to meet up with you. Sidebar has some really great pours, really good bourbon selection, good food. I'm going to be picking up the tab on a bunch of appetizers. And if you guys want to eat dinner or any pours that you pay for, that's that's on you guys. But they have really good deals there. So I hope to see you there. It'll be a lot of fun. So, all right, here we go. So let's do a giveaway. Let me see if I could think of a... I need a wild turkey question. Now, I did mention it before. Okay, so let's just do this real quick. This will be the question for the 2 samples. All right. I mentioned, so the winner tonight was WB Saffel, right? So the Whiskey Baron series. Now, before Eddie Russell took this over and made this amazing blend, there was the Bond and Lillard and the Old Rippy that launched before it. Now, I mentioned it earlier. What year was the year that the Whiskey Baron series started? And go. First one to get it in the chat wins the 2 samples. ADHD Whiskey, please come. I would love to have you there, man. Sunday Evening Scotch, I hope you can make it. Would love to meet you. Karen B. Ford says, I will be there. Awesome. Meredith McCurry is coming. Awesome. And so is your husband. I can't wait. Let's see here. Whoa. I got to freaking slow it down here. A lot of answers coming in. I'm looking for the first one. And we have Dylan Roscop, 2017. Now remember, guys, my chat, I think, chats on our side could look a little bit different from yours. I am strictly going by my chat. So Dylan Roscop comes in with 2017. That is the right answer. It was spring of 2017 when the Whiskey Baron series was launched. So Dylan Roscop, congratulations, man. So Dylan, I want you to email me here. Email me there, Dylan. Okay, Dylan is first on yours too. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so Dylan, congratulations, man. Congrats. email me here. We could connect. I will, get your address and your contact info, and I will get these samples out to you as soon as I can. So cheers to you. I appreciate it. So with that, guys, thank you for an amazing night. Everybody, oh wait, first let's see how the blend turned out. It's pretty damn good. I like that. Ooh, it is fruity. That has got a really long finish. Oh man. Hey, any of you guys that have a bunch of turkey, if you have these bottles, blend these together. It's actually pretty damn good. So with that, guys, everybody raise your glass. I will wait. It's time for our good night sign off. I'm going to do a little bit of a toast here. I have a special toast, a different toast each and every night for you guys. All right, everyone got their glass raised? Here we go. May our friendship never fail. May we always be kind. I'll post your bail if you post mine. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching The Master Drum tonight. I will see you next week. Love you guys. Thanks for all the support. Cheers, and I'll see you next week on The Master Drum. Be on the lookout for my next review, the Elijah Craig Rye on Friday. Cheers, everybody. See you next time.